Welcome to episode number 6 of our podcast.
Yeah, today's, as always, Daniel and Edward, and today we're gonna talk about fitness and exercising, aka moving, because this is like one of the most important industries in our life.
Yeah, and also a lot of other things will go off topic definitely,
Yeah.
but at least that's the first thing that we will talk about.
So I think that it's very good to start with a clear goal in mind about where exactly do you want to be, and you need to also understand where you are, so you can like fill this gap. So when you started, maybe you can like explain what it was to you. What goals do you have, and how do you like create them?
I mean, such a coincidence because like literally today this morning I like thought about this like what I was like what I am now and like where I want to be, and yeah I just thought about that. And if you like go back in time, like we were gamers previously, we like barely did any like physical activity. Yeah, but
Sad to remember.
sad times. Uh, so that's like who we were at the time. Now things have changed. Like we are like exercising, going to gym. I'm in like we are fighting both. I'm in MMA. Daniel's in boxing. So
Both
we're
have beautiful lives. Both do a lot of stuff,
Yeah.
like also in finances and relationships and building those daily things that are kind of improving your efficiency and also uh, kind of reducing the work needed for like more output. All those things that kind of improve efficiency, we're into that. Whether it's like
yeah
just moving, whether it's just like properly eating,
yeah
all of those different industries. That's not like we're want to just improve in fitness, for example.
yeah we're
No.
an overall improvement.
There's a million ways to improve, and we have to be like very good at each of it. Because a lot of things. Sorry that I interrupted, but there's a lot of things that can be improved. And for example, if you're in some way kind of fighting in one space, where it could be like politics. I'm not into that, right? But you need to like talk. You need to know how to talk, how to present yourself. If you're into just fighting or protecting your family, you need to understand how to fight. If you're connecting with people, you also need to know the communication, also how to talk. All those different things.
Yeah.
You can't just be good at one.
Yeah, you mentioned that like you want to you have all these like things that you want to be good at, but like you can only be like good at them like only at like a few. So it's
Yeah.
very important like to like pick the key ones that you like find really valuable. Like for example, I recently like gave up one of my goals because like it wasn't important. Like we talked on this like in episode 5 I think, that it's not about like how many things you want, it's how many like things you can uh, that are like not important that you can like cut away and like focus
Yeah.
only on the important. So I deleted Duolingo. Like I like the idea of like learning new languages, but I realized that like it isn't like so important now, and it is just like taking like my time and like my mental space, which is like I think more than like even more important than like the time itself, because like it didn't take that much long in time, but like because my like brain was thinking about it like even more, it was like not very efficient at the things that I think are the most important, like fitness and overall health, and like starting like business and trying to improve your finances. So basically,
For that story, I have like interesting question for you. Like, what
Yeah.
helped you to realize what is important and how to even
Huh?
how to even get into this thinking? Because a lot of people get into this loop where they just want to do a lot of stuff and they think
Yeah.
that it's great. They don't have really time to prioritize and think
Mm.
about those things. So, how do you find that?
Exactly. You don't have time to think because people are not thinking nowadays. They are all the way all the time like stimulating themselves. Like they like, especially this comes into sleep. Like people like go to sleep and then they have all these thoughts because during the day they didn't have time to like process these thoughts. And yeah, like I was like seeing this like a couple days ago, and I was just like procrastinating myself, just keeping it like tomorrow because like I wanted to still go to sleep. And then just like today I in the morning I like took a like what is like notes and wrote down some things that I was like thinking about, like as mentioned, like from like where I've been like being a gamer to like where I'm like now like being into like fitness and like where I want to be if like I fulfill like my potential like being, yeah. And so I kind of forgot the question. What was the question?
Yeah, the question was like, how do you find the space
Yeah.
to thinking?
Yeah, so just realizing that you actually like need some time where you're like off like the screens. Like personally, I did it this morning. Like I just woke up, I took notes and started like journaling about the things I thought were important. And yeah, like I feel like I have a better sense of better like mental clarity now because like those things are not like in my mind now; they're like on the paper. And yeah, and my mind now has like new things like to think about. It's just so strange that people like in for example in the ancient Greece or like Rome, like they used to like there were like specifically people that were meant to like think, like Plato and like other like Socrates, like what's his name, like they're basically like philosophers, and the whole idea that they were like thinking and coming up like with wisdom. But nowadays, like you're just
Overdoing?
like you're not thinking because like you're so many things.
So many things happening because you have a lot of options. You can do this, you can do that. At this time, for example, if you had like some kind of farm or where did you live, right? It was like almost countryside. Almost every time there wasn't like that cities at that time. We're talking about 19th, 18th century, where those are all the greatest kind of writers, painters lived. They didn't have like anything else to do. There wasn't a lot of options. They could just become like as their parents were, for example, the poor farmers or all of that, right? At that point, though farmers wasn't that poor yet, right? But you understand what I'm talking about. This was the time that they concentrated on one thing. It wasn't like I'm a basketball player. I'm financial working with finances. I'm working this job. I'm working that job. No, at this time it was like just surviving, and you maybe had like one passion that you were like wanted to do. It was like writing, painting.
Yeah, like your talent. Like there's a Russian saying like if you try to catch like two rabbits, you get neither of them. And like this is kind of like you want to like do so many things and you like basically end up doing nothing because you're pushing in one direction and the opposite and it just evens out. And like like people now are just like all the time on like on their phones, like it's insane. Like
for example, douchebags. Like I don't understand, man. I literally want to come to them and punch in the fucking face. Like what is that, man? All the time. No, but it's crazy. It's literally crazy. It's like you're driving a car, you're watching a phone. You're going outside, you're listening to music, or you're watching the phone.
Yeah, also like music is such a problem. I personally think, because like I can't even like work out without music. Like what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that? Like what do you
like
mean by that?
People have like worked out for like centuries without music, and you're like such a pussy that you cannot do it without music.
Like a couple years ago, it was like something special. Music was literally special because it was played in theaters, right?
Yeah, maybe like concert halls. Yeah.
Maybe some instruments you had, but still, right now you can go to Spotify. You can go whatever you want, pick the music and listen it all the time.
Pick some degenerate rap music and just brainwash yourself with it.
Most like sad part about it is that it literally creates the thoughts from that because you're listening to the stuff. You're getting those thoughts in the mind and then you think the same way. This time when you kind of play your song in your mind, do you remember this shit? I mean, literally, couple months ago, you had the same shit multiple times. When you listen to music, then you kind of one beat, maybe if you like some music, you're just repeating itself over and over again. You just sing some shit and you don't even want that, but it's just happening over and over again because you listen to this music like 1,000 times.
I mean, it's like the same with like thoughts. Like if you're like all the time like oppressing, like pushing it away, like not actually having time to think about it, it just circulates in your brain and you're like not moving forward. Yeah, and like I think that like personally I like haven't like done that much, like just having like time without like screens because like I'm not like that far in this like self-improvement, but like I'm trying that, just spending like an hour a day like without anything, like basically having like basically like thinking, writing things that are on my mind.
I like to think when I walk though. I can't. I can think in my home, but I process my thoughts more clearly and push them far forward when I walk. For example, late night walks and something like that.
So maybe like a pocket notepad it would be, or like would you like if you're like thinking, you're just like thinking in your head, or you're like not writing it down like in your phone, or you're like a notepad or something?
Honestly, it's interesting because at the first I was just thinking about things, but then I started to realize that almost all those thoughts I can't remember them.
Yeah, like forgetting.
I forget those things because I had some crazy ideas in my mind. That's the thing, when you're self-improving and you're not pushing those random thoughts in your mind, you start generating new things. And for time to time, it's literally something crazy. It's like genius ideas popping in your mind, and if you don't, but actually it is.
Yeah.
And if you don't write it down, then sometimes you forget about it. You just forget. So, yeah, the thing with those notes, I think if you have some idea, whatever it is, even if that's the craziest shit that I've got, even that, fuck that, just write it down. Maybe sometimes it will like really.
Yeah, like writing. I think we're emphasizing writing it down because like then it is like on paper or like in your notes and it's not actually in your head. Then you have like space to like think about something new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we should like this. I mean, it's also like doing when you're like exercising, you're walking, you're like breathing fresh air, seeing sunlight, and like thinking. I think like, for example, like people going to school, they like put in their headphones or earphones, like whatever the fuck that is, I don't know, and like they just listen to like something, and like even if like if you listen to podcast, which is like okay kind of, but like you literally no time to think, just numbing your nerves in your brain.
You need time for both, of course.
Yeah.
You need time for both. You need to inject the other people thoughts into your head for the people that you want to become. For example, if there's somebody that you want to become, maybe it's Carl Tucker, maybe it's like Patrick David, maybe it's like all of those people, even Habib if you're a fighter, right?
Habib, yeah.
Maybe Habibi Burger, right? If you want to become those people, then you want to also listen and see what they do, because it will inject the right thoughts into your head, so you understand what it takes for them and basically the way they think, the way they process their ideas. You also start to do those things, but it can't be just that. You also need time for yourself.
Yeah, like seeing like the people's mindset and like their character that they have. It's like all these like successful people have strong character.
Yeah.
Like they don't listen to music 24/7. I definitely.
No. Maybe sometimes in the trainings, right? There's some background, but you're not even concentrated.
Yeah.
When you're just going by the bus, you concentrate on the music, right?
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to concentrate on. You just listen, you kind of have fun, this and that. But when you're fighting and when you're training, the main focus is not the music. It's more on the actual exercise you do. And on the gym, it's different because you're not really doing stuff. Well,
a lot of people, weights.
a lot of people could argue with me about this, but I think the gym is not that hard.
Yeah.
Like it's just literally
nobody's punching. Yeah, nobody's punching you in the face, guys.
Nobody's punching you. You don't have literally you're not like getting knocked out. You're just lifting fucking weights, man. Lifting weights. Is,
maybe if you're like trying to do a PR and then it just like it goes down and down, then maybe.
Gym is more of consistency.
Yeah.
Fighting is also more of consistency, but it's hardcore consistency.
Yeah, it's.
It takes more mentality to do this because when you punch in face, you don't want to be punched in face again. So it's whether you're gonna improve and get punched less, or you're just not gonna go to trainings.
Yeah,
gym is different.
Also, like this point of like you're like maybe going to your first like like training session, and like you are getting punched in the face, and you have this moment like, gosh, this hurts. I don't really like it, but then I think like. If I like continue this, I would get better, and like it's like there's a concept from a guy on YouTube called First Man, the stick or twist. Basically, do you want to like stick with this and pull through? I mean, this really doesn't like in this concept like sticking would be like okay, I will like back off. I don't want to get punched in the face, and like twisting and like sticking with it and would be like staying in the training and trying to get better.
But fighting is really just must do. You fucking must do it. What the fuck would you do if somebody comes to your home with a gun or
the
knife?
gun is a little bit different.
It's different, but the mentality is different for you if you fight as well. You have this protection mindset. You're not like pussy who is just just getting how do we call this? I mean, just pussy mindset. Literally pussy mindset. I mean, if somebody gets into your house and you don't know how to fight, what the fuck would you do? You don't even have a chance, man. Not even one. If this guy is literally getting the gun to your wife's or kid's face, like, man, what the fuck were you gonna do? If you don't know how to fight, if you don't know how to shoot a gun, you're just pussy. You're not a man. Like, the man mission is protect their family, protect women, protect kids.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know how to fight, if you don't know this it's basics. It's not even advanced. It's just basics. If you don't know them, who the fuck you are? What are you doing in this house? Just for fun? Just for fun, man. If you're living with a person just for fun, not having any kind of goals and not having anything that you can provide with, I mean, that's not a man.
Yeah, like having no responsibility, like, because like nowadays, like, society is so unpolarized, like basically there's only like a few people who are like men who are like very masculine, like OG men, like strong and who can fight, and basically everyone is like in the middle where like there's like some women who are like more like masculine than basically.
It's like feminine and muscular energy, like yes, it's and it's shifted though.
Yeah.
It's shifted when you see it the stats, when you see it. I don't want to say thanks for Tristan and Andrew who taught the idea that you can't really trust anybody. The studies, right? Because it's all lie. We have been lied like in the news for the past 20, even more maybe years. After like 9/11, all of those things. Literally after that, we have been lied about wars. We have been lied about pandemics, all of that shit. So you can't really trust news, and studies. However, it shows that like for the past 20, 50 years, it was like man goes from masculine to the feminine energy more, and women are getting from feminine to the masculine. So it's kind of getting the sideways. It's getting like wrong ways. It's like I don't know how to explain that, because it's really the idea of getting better world is good until you sustain those values that wasn't created in the first place. You can't create good place, so you become degenerate.
Yeah. I think like with this topic, it's basically like the woke people, all the liberals in America with their blue hair, where we can just like roast the fuck out of them right now. The segment for that.
But America's a good country though. No offense to America. The people that live there, and because of the freedom, they have more options. Yeah, but that also like the thing that I said, like these blue hair people. It's a very small but loud minority, basically. Blue hair people.
Yeah, not blue hair, blue hair people.
Oh, now we know what you're talking about.
Okay. Yeah.
It's crazy, yeah. So fighting is really, really important. Not because just the skills you get, but
like
mentality.
Just boost your like testosterone, your basic masculinity, your character traits. You become more disciplined. Especially if you don't miss trainings, like, why are you missing trainings?
But the thing is that I just realized that everything improves because of that. You fight.
Yeah.
You fight. You have to be in this routine when you can like function 100% in the training. So you need to, first of all, have a proper daily routine. Second of all, after the trainings, you usually get tired, right? If you don't fuck up with the diet thing, and if you're actually doing the right next steps, then you'll also sleep better because you're more tired. Well, how to become better? If you want to become better, there's also have to be a better diet, because you can't perform good if you're eating just junk food and all that stuff. Because all of the gut is fucked up, right? When your gut is fucked up, then also the hormones and the chemicals is fucked up in your head. And just in your body, so you also can perform at the training. So if you're really becoming good at fighting, it also means that you're becoming better at all of those different areas. Sleep is good, diet is good. Also, maybe even the relationship is good, because
I mean, of course, your like character improves. You become like more interesting.
You have things to tell.
Yeah, I like think about this like you mentioned like I thought about like training and like not being consistent. Like also like pointed it out that like you also like want to like put in like more effort like than other people to like basically go further, like for example going to like trainings early and like going away like later, like for example like you I like at the beginning I like started like to go to my like MMA sessions like right on time, like right enough time like to so that I can like get changed and okay like training starting. Like now I go like early, I like get to like talk to like all the regulars, like it's like just like you're more in the like sort of this I don't really know how to say like a place like of like growth, like you're like putting in more effort than somebody else, and it just means that you're going to like to get better results.
Basically, you outwork them.
Well, I mean, kind of like that, but it's also like just you know you like you're thinking more about it. You're like not just like okay like thinking about it only like before your training, or also like thinking about like fighting like in between like trainings, like on your like rest days, like just playing some like scenarios in your mind, like if he like jabs you, like you can like duck and like do a takedown or something.
How has that like affected you? I mean, have you seen like big improvements after that?
I mean, I think yeah, like for example, like I am like I would say like I have moved like more into like an intermediate like MMA. I am like still like a little bit a newbie.
Yeah.
There are people definitely better than me, and like but yeah, I've seen a lot of like improvements. Like if like somebody's like new or like not that experienced, like I can basically like do whatever I want. I mean yeah. And
But it's good that you have like you're not just in this level when you're better than everybody else,
Yeah.
because you don't have a space to grow when you have those people like who is way above you, who is like maybe not champions but who's dedicated to fighting like 5 years, right, and they're way above you. You have this space and gap that you can look up to, and you see, okay, this is possible, this man was doing that, so I can do this as well. And also the punches would be faster when they hit you, right? It would be harder, it would be faster, they would move differently. So you would also have to adjust it, and because of that you will start to improve.
yeah, also like just being like humble, like knowing that there's always like somebody else who's like better at you and you have like something more to learn, like not being like this egoistic like fighter who's like thinks he's better than everyone, because like I mean like look what happened like Conor McGregor, like he was like the best. He wasn't like humble, he started partying, and there like came Khabib who worked hard and yeah basically just outworked him, like he was focused. Like not like Conor who was like he was like previously like I don't know like that much like humble and like hardworking, but then he like got to like place where like he's successful and then like he fell off basically.
That's also a place where also almost everybody falls.
Yeah,
They're
like fuck.
very good at start because they like have goals to achieve, right?
Yeah, like
when you achieve them, it just circles back to this what we talked about last podcasts. It was just when you achieve goals, you don't have anything else to achieve, and you just fall down. You just fall down because you think that you're already successful, but actually nothing happened. You have to, of course, things are happening, right? You're moving forward, but the mentality you have is the most important. If you're just concentrating on your goals, nothing matters, because you will achieve them even if you would, right? If you dedicate and if you become this person who achieved this goal, after that you don't have any. If you don't have anything else, that's the point when you start partying. That's the point when you start drinking.
Yeah, I mean it's also always like you need like goals, like seeing like somewhere better that you can like move.
Maybe not even the goals, but who you want to be.
Yeah, like not only like in this like maybe like financial or like physical sense, but like there are like a lot of like ways that you can improve. Like you have like maybe like if you talked about like fighting, like being the best boxer, and okay like you have become like reached the limit, like you can't like really improve that much like further, but then you like can like do something new and try to improve at that. I think that would be like how I would deal with this problem of like but I think there's like always like something that you can like do better, and just like mastery is like there's no like thing that's like perfect, no limit. There's like you cannot reach the like perfect state, like, you can like only like fell one like step before it basically.
That's why I also shifted the mindset. For the first, I just want to be better than somebody else. But when you're at this level, when of course there will be better people than you, right? But I just started to shift my mindset to not beat to not be better than somebody, but to be better than me.
Yeah.
Basically, fighting myself. It's me versus me. It's not about me versus better than him or him or him.
Mm-hmm.
Because there will be people who will be maybe not that engaged in the sport. How can I compare myself to him if he's doing the less of the time? If maybe he's doing the boxing like for 2 months. How can I compare myself to him?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. What matters is like how good are you versus who you was.
Yeah. Like,
It's not about I better than him or he better than me. Fuck no. There will always be people who will be like better and worse. Always. But you can also improve always.
Yeah.
You choose what mentality you have. I think for me personally, if choosing the better than somebody else is like, it was worse for me because I became like better than somebody else, and then I kind of stopped because of that, and it like reduced the improvements I had for a couple of months. Until I had this little ego, I thought that okay, this guy would be like the same or some of that shit, and it figure out that he's actually professional and he's just beating me up.
Yeah.
But if I didn't have this mindset, if I had the mindset, okay, I just want to improve myself. I fuck about who is him, how good he is, just improving myself. I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't stop at that point, and I would just keep progressing.
Yeah. Also like this like okay, like sure, somebody can be like the best like fighter in the world, but like if there's like someone who's like humble and like goes in like to like learn, not just like ego like fighting, that like yeah, like you have like definitely like more respect like someone who's like a new but like humble and wants to learn, than maybe like someone who's like better than him, and like the better the person who's like better at the sport is going to win. But like, is it really like a win? Because like you're like fighting like someone who's new, and it's definitely a win for like the person who's like stepped into the ring and like into fighting and improving themselves.
It's about respect. You need to respect those people. They're just starting. You can't think that you're better than him if he's fighting 2 months and you're fighting like 2 years. You can't compare those things. You have to understand that you have to be respectful. You need to see who were you. Like maybe you were even worse than him when you started like for 2 months. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are. It's just about doing that. If you see those person coming to the gym, they already made the steps. They already like fought themselves, and they already like get into this gym. It doesn't matter if they do good or bad. It's just mentality that I want to be better. And since you have the mentality, since you're hardworking, if you want to improve, it's already respectful. That's the respect that gets into your heart, that gets into other people's heart, and this person in 2 years maybe will be much better than that who is already training for those 2 years.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, like, when did you like start fighting? Because like it is going to be like a 1 year like of fighting for me in November, and I just thought because like you started fighting before me, like when did you start?
I think that it was February of 2021. I think the 16th of February was the first session, the first like official session. So it's almost 2 years. It's like 1.5, somewhere around that. Little bit more. But yeah, before that though, I had this mentality of just training. Just when I had this break where I just understand, fuck the gaming, fuck those things. Yeah. I started to literally, I started to watch these videos, and all I did was training. I had like 4 sessions a day. Like today we will have like
we had
free.
You had because like it's going to be like 3 for me because
me as well.
You will, okay, yeah.
One in the morning, 1 gym, and 1 more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're going to spar. Yes.
Yeah, today's sparring as well, so we'll beat the fuck out of each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean that's also like positive masculinity. Like of course like you can like fight like hit each other in the face, but you're at the end of the day like still friends. Like you can like basically talk, smile, and
of course.
Like it's not like you're fucking enemies.
Nah, man. Yeah. I don't even perceive the fighting serious at all. I think that I don't know if that's good or bad.
Your coach is gonna beat your ass.
Of course, yeah, but not in that way. I perceive it differently. I'm at this point where I did it so many times. I literally had so many trainings because I did those 2-4 like trainings a day, where I'm not going to training with this mentality of like beating everyone out and all that. No, I want to make fun there. I want to learn something new. I want to progress, and I also want it to make fun, because when you do things over and over again, it starts to become boring. If you continue that way, okay, maybe not now, maybe not in a year, but there will be a period when you start to do it less. Or if you change it in a ways that you can always make fun. For example, as you said, like just those fun sparrings with your friends, just learning everything. Like you also need to have like rough sparrings. You need to have like a little bit lighter for technique. You need to like make more fun. Maybe you in the middle of the round like start a little bit dancing and then you catch up. I don't know. That's the shit that comes up, right? But you need to make it fun.
Yeah, like for example, because like I like train in MMA, like I know a little bit of like ground fight and like takedowns. I'm definitely going to like teach something to Daniel as like professional boxer, semi-professional.
Like getting to that.
Yeah, like getting to that. Like a boxer, like he's definitely going to teach something about that. Basically, it's like a two-way street. Like you learn something new. Like maybe you can like maybe go back like in your trainings. Like you have like some like seasoned like guys that will train there regularly. You have like some new guys, and it's like it's also just like so fun like to like teach someone newer like the things that you learned, like basically what you're doing right now. Because like maybe like you are like a gamer, you were like directly where we were at, like just playing all day, and like you're interested about these things. I mean, basically means that you can like go train. Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can talk about those people, because sometimes when they come to the gym they think that they're maybe very very bad, right? The first times all of us felt that. The thing is that it really doesn't matter, and if you can inject this thought to him while teaching how to become better and just improving it, then it will help him a lot. For a lot of people I know, they go to couple trainings and they just gave up because they thought that it's too hard for them. They don't want to continue all of that. But when you make it fun, when you coach somebody like little bit about how to do it better, they already start to see like at least little improvements. They understand that they're not doing like very shitty job to maybe start doing little bit better. They already have like motivation because they understand that they can become better. We have those things when you have somebody who is like reaching for you to help you, to coach you, and you see him performing so well, you know that it's possible.
Yeah. Also, just like the amount of like we talk about like guys being unpolarized, being more feminine nowadays, and just like I thinking like how many guys are like in my training gym, because like it has a little bit like spiked now. There's like a little bit more guys now, but like still, like in my class, like basically of like. In my class we have 32 people and we have like let's say 20 guys. Like I know that only like 3 to 5 people have like some fighting experience, and like
street fight or
no I mean not also like just like went to like trainings, let's say. Well, just means that like also like people when like they haven't fought, like they know like what is like being punched in the face. Like we can like take some punches, like it's like nothing basically. But like they have like this there's like this graph, like people who are think they're like very good at something, like beginners, they think they know all these things, but in reality they know so little that they just like they don't see what they don't know. And then you like start, you like go down, oh there's all the shit that I don't know that I need to learn. And then there's like masters who like again like very like humble, because like they know a lot and basically.
But they also don't. The thing is that when you're a beginner, you think that you know all, but you actually don't know anything. For masters, it's different mentality. They know a lot. They progress to this time. Of course, it takes time, effort, and study.
But like the change from like the beginner to master, and
also understanding that you don't know anything will keep you on the track. Because if you start to thinking that you're very very good at something, also do it a little bit like less. You will have some kind of ego. You can like with this mentality, almost all the people I met had an ego. But when you think that you don't know anything, even if you know it, fuck that. There's still a lot more to
Yeah.
learn. Then your mindset shifted to the different way, which is
Mhm.
also like very respectful. These people also attract more people because they show that they're in your position. For example, the beginner thinks that he know nothing
Yeah.
a lot of times, and if you knowing a lot of things more, also think that you don't know nothing, it also gives you get you on the same vibration, like same
Yeah,
frequency.
same page.
When you both are on the same page and you both like progressing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's like so beautiful to like having like someone with like experience, like giving it like down to someone newer.
Yeah.
Like that's basically what the like whole civilization, like whole human history has done, like basically giving knowledge like forward and improving it. Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah. So to maybe end this up, what are our maybe future goals to fitness, fighting? What do we want to become, and like where do we view us right now? What is it about you?
Yeah, I mean, like for example, like in like this morning, I like wrote down like my goals. Like right now, I have like this goal of like bulking up, like becoming like larger, physically like stronger.
Big massive Edward.
Big massive, big E. Yeah. Yeah, right now 77 kg, so yeah, progressing, and like just like still like being like learning fighting, like more, like becoming better like boxer is like definitely like one of like the things that like annoys me, because like these people that are boxers, they're just so fast, like you can't even hit them. It's just like that's like my one like the least favorite like people to like fight again is like boxers, because they're just like so fast and they hit you in the face like with the power. It's just very annoying. But luckily there are takedowns. Yeah, and yeah, about like fitness, like training, train, eat, sleep, repeat. Basically to sum it up, yeah. And for you, Daniel?
Well, for me, it would be a lot of same. I think that I want to stay at the same weight if we talk about weight class.
Yeah.
Maybe moving up to 5, maybe 10 kg at the peak would be something that I would want to do, because I'm 1.97 m around that.
2 meters.
197 centimeters around that, and I weight 90 kg right now. So at the peak, when I'd be like, the full body would be kind of formed, right? I think that 95 to 100 kg would be, if I would be lean, that would be like perfect. Because I would not be just somebody who's a lot of muscles, right?
Just massive, yeah.
I could be like really, really athletic people who can jump high, who can run really long, who can run really fast. All of those things combined. If we talk about fighting though, I think for a couple of years I definitely want to step my game up and maybe become professional. Maybe get into this professional ring. I don't know how this will get, right? Definitely want to fight with a lot of very, very strong guys, because I want to see a lot of improvements. I want to be this man who can provide later on, who can like defend not just himself but the friends around him. This example of like Tate brothers, where there was some kind of fight with their friends, and there was like almost three of them versus 10 guys, and they beat the fuck out of them. These situations,
like basically
duplicated.
Yeah, some special sparrings, maybe like when we were like famous. Let's say like have some like fan base, like we can organize like these sparrings.
Like just to defend yourself, I think just moving in that direction, also learning maybe some cool things, just as muscle up as hands and push-ups, just to be flexible in all the directions. I think that helps.
Also, like being just focused on the gym. Well, I don't want to like make the segment so long because we're like ending. Just being flexible, like being able like to connect your arm behind your head, because like especially like now like all the sitting video gamers, like having bad posture, like having like low flexibility, also something that I would want to like improve.
Stretching is actually one of the most things I like of, and maybe you as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be great for this video, and tomorrow would be something interesting.
Yeah, that's
Very
very, very interesting. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, bye.
So bye.